Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of my Scrappy Ideas. This layout that I'm doing today I did for the paper issues challenge that they've been having this last week. And this is a layout that I've had in my mind for quite a while that I wanted to do, in the sense that I wanted to just do a layout about me right now and have a lot of journaling, but most of it would be hidden because most of it's just private stuff. But just things that I'm thankful for in my life, my family, the things that are important to me right now, whether it's the things that I'm doing in my business and crafting wise, my family, my church, my home, creativity. What else? You could document your favorite books, movies, just anything from your life in the last year to just tell more about you in a nutshell, just for this previous year or the year that you're in. And so that was the idea behind the layout. And when I got the Simple Stories I Am, I kept thinking, well, I need to really do it because this line is perfect. Everything about I am. And so kept going with the idea of, well, how was I going to do my journaling? And I saw a few ideas with these envelopes and I thought, well, that would be perfect. So I decided to do a lot of little bitty envelopes, and I thought I was being really creative, but after completing the layout, I've seen several other scrapbookers do very similar layouts, and so I guess it's just the trend, and there's no original idea left on earth, I guess. I don't know. So it is similar to several layouts that I've seen, but I hadn't seen one before I started creating. And so I just took some pattern paper. I have the 6x6 pad from I Am, and then I also pulled out a My Mind's Eye Lost and Found 6x6 pad because I wanted to keep with all of the colors that are very much a part of me right now. Pink has been something that I have liked for several years now, and in the last year I've started really getting into the teal and the light blue and the gold, and so those were the colors that I wanted to stick with for this layout. And there wasn't quite enough of tone on tone pastel light colors in the I Am collection, so I needed to go outside of it to find just a few more to use for the envelopes. And so I just found 6 different ones. Actually, I did 8, but my journaling, I really only needed 6, so I kept with 6. And it kind of kept the same size with my photo mat and stuff across, and so 6 is what I ended up with my layout. So I used the My Mind's Eye Lost and Found and then the I Am 6x6 collections to create my envelopes, and I just cut out squares and then folded them up and corner rounded the 2 edges that show. And some of my envelopes are going to stay opened and some of them will be closed, and so I tried to figure out which ones were going to be closed so I would know which ones to leave room between, because once they're closed they needed to be just a little bit closer, but if they were opened they needed further apart, otherwise they were going to be bunched up. And then I just kind of offset them and angled the envelopes just a little bit. And so I've started pulling out some of the embellishments and embellishing the front of them to go along with the journaling that's going to go on the inside. And then the photo mat that I used is also from the 6x6 collection, and I just trimmed it down and left a little bit of space. Now this little vine that I'm gluing down right now and the gold heart doily up at the top, those are from the Kiss Kiss collection from American Crafts that came out from Crate Paper back a couple of months ago, probably. But I've had those, and that gold doily I have just been itching to use, and so this was the perfect layout because I wanted it on a very special layout. And then that little kind of rectangular piece of paper that I tucked behind the photo, that's also from that little ephemera pack from the Kiss Kiss collection. And I'm trying to see if there was anything else. I'll use some of the embellishments that are going inside the envelope, which towards the end you'll see several things. But just about everything that's going inside of the envelopes to put my journaling on, they all came from that Kiss Kiss ephemera pack. The chipboard pieces, the feathers, the arrow, the I am, all of the little gold hearts, even the wood veneer house, all of that is from the Simple Stories I Am. And so once I kind of got everything laid out how I wanted it, I went ahead and trimmed down my background paper, and I took off about a ½ inch off two sides, and I matted it onto the blue pattern paper that's on the back. And it was just a paper from out of my stash. But it is a pattern paper. It's not cardstock. So there's just a little bit of pattern in behind it. And the same thing, the background paper, I think that is from, oh, I didn't write it down. I'm not going to say because I'm not sure. But it's just a tone-on-tone pattern paper that I've had it put back because I knew I wanted to use it as a background paper. I really like using the pattern papers like that for backgrounds instead of cardstocks right now. And so keeping with everything that's my style and the things that I'm enjoying, I try to do everything on my layout like that so that it would be represented. Okay, so I've attached all the little embellishments to the side, and now I'm trying to decide what to do inside of these pockets. And I had these two little hearts, and I decided they'd be perfect if I just took one of these little pieces from the ephemera pack and I just stapled the two of them to the top so to give you something to grab a hold of to pull the journaling out, because this is one that someone can read if they want to. And then I went ahead and glued down the little wood veneer house, because that journaling will be about home and just the things that I love about my home right now. And then I just grabbed some enamel dots. I wanted to scatter around some of the colors, the pink and the teals or the light aquas. It's really a really pale aqua enamel dots what I'm using. So I'm just putting those around to try to create a visual triangle because there's so much going on, and it's pretty much a grid. If you back away from the layout and you look at it, it's all across the center. So it's more than the third across the center, but it's still that grid design, and I have grids going up and down. So it's divided into thirds going up and down and thirds going across, even though my photo kind of fills up that one space horizontally. So I'm trying to keep everything within that space, but still create some type of a triangle to keep your eye flowing around the page, but yet I want everything still focused mostly on the photo and not the envelopes. Those are secondary. And so this little piece that's going in this envelope, I decided since those hearts worked so well, I'd do the same thing. And that Kiss Kiss ephemera pack had this little circle with the heart, so I decided that would work on this little journaling block because it was outlined in the black. And I decided to pop it up onto the top right because I needed something to pull your eye up. And since that photo mat is black, then that repeated that black up at the top there and helped bring your eye back up so that it will keep going around. And then I was kind of running out of the little journal spots. They were really getting small, and I knew that a lot of these things I needed more space to write on, but I'll be writing front and back more than likely. And so I just had this little scrap piece of paper, and I decided to just cut a piece big enough to go in the envelope. And then I had my Martha Stewart butterfly punch, and I just punched a few of those out of the blue pattern paper from the I Am collection and used it at the top and stapled it. Again, as something to kind of grab a hold of, but it's also an embellishment. And then since it was smaller and I had this vellum piece up at the top that I was going to use, I decided to just go ahead and attach it onto it. So the part that's sticking up out of the envelope that you're going to see, you're going to get all the different layers. And so it's not going to matter that it doesn't go all the way behind, but that gives me more room to write on that vellum piece. And then this last one, I needed some kind of tab, and so I went to my sticker sheet. There wasn't really anything, but I saw this sticker that says "On a Journey," and I decided that would work as an embellishment. So I just stuck it at the top and trimmed off the edges, and then that one is, you know, a full square that's going to fit inside the envelope, so it didn't need anything sticking off the top. But I had these small little punched butterflies that I was just going to put near there, and I decided it would look cute on the card since it was really pale. It's a pale pink, kind of an ombre, but just for a pop of color inside of there. And so I just adhered it and stapled it to the card. And I had this other small butterfly up at the top, but I decided I needed something on this pink envelope at the bottom. And so I'm just going to adhere it to this bottom envelope and then staple it. And since I'm stapling right to the edge, I'm still going to be able to put my journaling card in there. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will take some time and journal and do a layout about yourself. This is the first time I think I've really ever done it to this extent, and I'm really excited about it. So thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this layout and want to see more. And here are some still shots, close-ups of it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you really soon. Bye.